Hi, my name's Jeremy Pang. I run a Chinese cookery school in London called the School of Wok. What we do is anything from private cookery lessons to corporate events and gastronomic walking tours of Chinatown. What we're going to do here is I'm going to show you how to make a few different recipes. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make Chinese dumplings. These are actually called jiaozi, yeah, or gyoza are the Japanese style as well. You've got here about 100 grams of plain flour and a little bit on the side just for dusting later. Roughly 70 mils of cold water. When it comes to the water, you'll see it's a gradual process and it's not always going to be exactly the same measurement. It's more about consistency of your dough. Over here, your ingredients, we've got some finely chopped ginger, garlic, coriander and spring onion, finely diced up tiger prawns, and a mixture of different Chinese veg. So this is finely diced Chinese leaf, Chinese pak choy, again finely diced, and some shiitake mushrooms. You can really put whatever you want inside. It's up to you how you feel on the day. I'm going to show you how to make the dough first. Now the idea is you're looking for a sort of Play-Doh consistency. Okay, so I've got my fork here to start swirling through the flour, and I'm going to gradually add the water to the flour. Just need enough water to pick up all the flour from the bowl. Almost there. I'm just going to take that off my hand and I'm going to start mixing with my hand in a second. A bit more water, bring that in together. Okay, so there you have your Play-Doh. It's going to take a good sort of 5 minutes of kneading to get that. And what you're doing is kneading the gluten through. So you want to, if it's a little bit sticky, take more flour. If it's too dry, add a little dash of water. We'll let this rest for a second whilst I show you how to make the mix. So the mix, as I say, you can put pretty much whatever you want in there. But what I'm going to do is a little bit of everything really. So I've got your mushrooms, some green pak choy, which I'm going to throw in there. And these sort of watery vegetables are really good in dumplings because they add a lot of juice to the inside and the filling, and they'll make your dumplings really, really nice and juicy inside. Your prawns, pop those straight in. And then over here, this is what really brings out the fresh flavour in your dumplings. So plenty of ginger, garlic, coriander and spring onion. So you like soy sauce to cover, start from one end, finish on the other, then you'll get just enough there. Sesame oil, the same. A pinch of sugar if you can. Okay, slightly more. Okay, and then you're just going to give it a good mix through. Make sure your surface is dusted with a bit of flour. Get your dough together and then you can start rolling it. Good tip with your rolling pin is if you dust your rolling pin as well, that will help you when you start rolling out. So I'm just going to push down onto the dough both ways just to start me off, and then I'm going to start rolling through. And what you're looking for is a sort of 1 to 2 millimeter thickness of pastry. That's the hard bit. This is the fun bit. So just give it a little jig, get as many pastries out of it as you can. First step is to hold the pastry in your palm like so, yeah? And I just use my thumb lightly across here so that when I'm going to go round the edge here and just make the pastry slightly thinner on the outside, so it makes it easier to fill. Take a teaspoonful of your mix. When you start, not too much, because you don't want to get your fingers all dirty with the mix, otherwise the pastry will stick to your fingers and not to itself. So your mix is in the middle. You're you're going to go center to the center there and pinch. Okay, center to the center and pinch. Now what I'm going to do here is what I call Mickey Mouse ears. Fold the corner closest to me inwards like that, you see there? Right, so you've got an open Mickey Mouse ear, not closed. It's listening to you. Mickey Mouse is listening. Alright, so I'm going to close that up and pinch there. Right, I'm going to make, so that's my first ear. The second ear, I want it exactly, it's symmetrical. So not on this side, but on that side there, looking at me. So I'm going to take this again, fold it in the corner closest to me and pinch. Right, so now I've got my Mickey Mouse ears, and you do want to make them as mouse-like as possible, so they're nice and round. So now I'm just going to use my fingers here to bring these ears inwards towards the pastry. When I push in like that, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 folds. Okay, so I'm going to bring them inwards and close up those ears. So closing up the ears, and you can. I'm just going to leave it like that for now, and you'll see there you got 1, 2, 3, 4 folds. Once you've got those 4 folds, you can tidy it up, and that there is your Chinese dumpling. Okay, so the dumplings are going to go straight in, and as I say, give them a good bit of space so that they don't stick to each other when you pour the water in. So once they're golden brown, you don't want it going too much further before your water goes in. So as I say, it's got to go quite quickly, no hesitation. Your left hand's on your shield or your lid and halfway up the dumplings, and I'm just going to pop the heat onto high as the water goes in. So quite quickly, halfway up the dumplings, cover them up, and there you go. Just let that water bubble off a little bit first before you pop the lid back on. There you go. So now, it's prawns and veg in there, they cook very, very quickly, but the idea is the steam is really going to cook through that pastry, okay? So you want that pastry to cook through nicely, and everything inside to be piping hot. As soon as the water has all evaporated, I'm going to take the lid off and allow it to bring the water down, fully evaporate it, give it about 30 seconds after that, and the bottom will crisp up again nicely, and that's it, that's your dumplings. So I'm just, meanwhile, going to make a nice sauce. Here we just need a little bit of ginger, just going to place into the bowl, and then it's just half light soy sauce and half rice vinegar. So just pop the light soy sauce in there, rice vinegar straight over the top. Okay, and that's how you make Chinese dumplings.